Say 5 things.
And we got to
guess.
guess. Okay. After each thing, we got to try to guess the person.
I am. Are you ready for this?
Are we both on?
Yeah, we're gonna both go.
He don't know who it is either.
I don't know this game.
I am a NBA center.
Okay.
I am a Hall of Fame inductee.
Okay.
I was undrafted.
Ooh.
I am a champion.
Okay.
And I'm known for a great commercial with Stuart Scott. That's my 5.
A great commercial with Stuart Scott.
Yeah. And you, matter of fact, you loved this commercial. I've known you my whole life, and you have quoted this a lot of times. But I cannot tell you.
Undrafted?
Undrafted. The only undrafted player to ever be inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame.
Man. He's a center or a power forward?
He's a center, primarily a center. He's an original big man. I don't want to say. I mean,
Hakeem.
No.
Man, this is.
Would you like? Do you want to ask a question? Because I can't tell you the team. I cannot tell you the team.
Can you tell me a time frame?
He played from the mid '90s until he retired in 2012. He played with another. I'll give you one more hint. He played with another big, who was probably more of a power forward, but they're a 1-2 combo.
Was the other big pretty good or?
Yeah, he's pretty good. I think the other big is even a coach now. I'm almost positive he's a coach. In
the NBA?
I don't think I think he coaches on the collegiate level. I think the other guy is a coach as well. Now that I think about it.
What?
They played.
Retired in 2012.
Retired in 2012.
He's a coach.
Retired in 2012. I want to say one of them is coaching. I could be wrong. I can't tell you the team name. 4-time All-Star.
4-time All-Star? Retired in 2012?
Played in the mid 90s?
Drafted in 96. So
the 96 draft was loaded.
Played in 96.
Wait, you said he was undrafted.
Well, no, he was undrafted. He I'm sorry. I'm looking at his stats.
He signed
in 96. That was his rookie season. 22 years old.
96 draft was best draft though.
All right, I'm gonna give you one more hint.
You're gonna have to cut this for.
I'm gonna give you one more. Yeah, because y'all are struggling. All right, one of his nicknames is Debo.
Oh,
not a very well known nickname.
Oh, yeah, he played for Memphis.
He did not play for Memphis.
What? It wasn't Memphis?
No. Are you ready to give up?
Was it Shaq?
Are you ready to give up?
No, I know who this is.
Are you ready to give up?
I know who this is.
Are you ready to give up?
But he's not in the Hall of Fame, the guy I'm thinking about.
Oh, this guy's in the Hall of Fame. 4-time All-Star, Hall of Fame. Another nickname, Body.
Played for Spurs.
Did not play for the Spurs.
You thinking about David Robinson?
Yeah, I'm thinking about David Robinson.
Nah.
He had an amazing body. Is that not what we mean by body?
Pause.
That was his nickname. All right. One final nickname hint. There was a big in the nickname.
The nickname ain't.
There was a big in the nickname. You should know this by now.
The nickname is not.
There was
helping.
a big in the nickname.
The undrafted threw me all the way off.
Oh,
there was a big in the nickname.
Big Bird.
Big. No. Try again.
Big person.
Big. All right. I'm gonna give you the Stuart Scott commercial. I think they're walking down the hall, and he's like, "Big something." And you used to quote this.
Big Ben Wallace.
Yes.
It wasn't Scott Van Pelt. He was with.
That was Scott Van Pelt. I thought it was Stuart Scott.
No. Yes.
I thought it was Stuart Scott.
No, one time. But the person who said Big Ben Wallace was the comedian. God dang, he just got in the Walk of Fame and all that stuff.
That was a tough one.
Big Ben Wallace.
I'll be honest with you.
In the wrong direction, bro.
I'll be honest with you. I did not know he was undrafted.
Yeah, that
only undrafted player in the Hall of Fame.
That was a tough one.
I made you work for that. I apologize.
I got it.
I apologize.
Yeah, I see why. See, when it comes to the NBA, you can't say the team to me. If you would have said Detroit,
yeah, exactly. It would have been
Wallace.
Yeah, it would have been Rasheed Wallace and Big Wallace. It would have been.
Yeah,
it would have been too easy. What you got, Brandon?
I got an athlete.
Okay.
Start the clock.
Man, what? We switching games?
I guess we're doing the same thing.
No, we're switching games.
Start
Yeah,
the clock.
60 seconds.
60
All right.
seconds. All right, give me one.
Who wants to go
second.
first?
Give me
Can we
one
both
second.
go?
Yeah, come on. Let's make
Just
this
kinda like
let's
the
make
last
this.
game?
Let's make this a
All
team
right.
team effort, buddy. Team effort.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna
All right,
start.
clock
throwing
is started.
names out there.
Clock started.
Clock started.
Yeah, you're up.
Go.
3 seconds now.
I got a football player.
All right. Offense or
Okay.
defense?
Oh.
Offense.
Running back?
Yep.
Active or retired?
Retired.
AFC or NFC?
Primarily AFC.
When did he retire?
Does he have a nickname?
Yes. I can't tell you.
Okay.
When did he retire?
Huh?
What year did he retire?
I can't tell you. You gotta just.
What?
You gotta just say it.
What? When did he play?
Did he lead?
In the 90s
Did
and
he,
2000s.
Did he lead the league in anything?
One time.
Has he won a Super Bowl?
He led the league in one thing, one time.
Has he won the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Did he play for Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Is it the
Jerome
bus?
Bettis?
Is it the bus?
Yeah, that's stupid. Y'all shouldn't be able to do team.
Yeah, that's
He was,
right.
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't
bro.
know. I don't know why he was the first one that came to my mind. I have
don't know
no clue why.
I don't know. Listen, he led the league in attempts 1 year. That's it. He's never led the league in anything.
Well, I mean, nobody cares about attempts. Before we get on this game, just because it's been on my mind, and Gary's really been pissing me off with. Why is golf not a sport? I need to understand this.
Oh my God, golf is more of a hobby.
Why? How?
You can go out and play golf by yourself.
You can go out. You can go out and throw the football by
Can't-
yourself.
It's not, but it's not a game.
It
It's
could
not a
be.
game.
It's not a game when you
It's
go
not
out.
a
It's
game.
not.
You can
technically.
actually play
you can't-
and keep
you can't-
score by being
Technically,
aggressive.
but technically,
cannot-
golf. Technically, golf is not a. It's not a game when you play by
Technically,
yourself.
golf is not a sport.
Why not? What classifies as a
It's,
sport?
it's just a hobby, bro. If I want to go
Competition.
out and play golf, I can go out and play golf. I can't do that with football,
Yeah, you can.
basketball,
We-
baseball. You can't.
I can literally go to the rec
You
center
can't.
and play pickup anytime I want.
No, that's with other people making a game.
I could literally go.
And you getting a workout and you sweating.
I could
Golf is
literally-
just
I could-
riding around.
I could play
looking
around the
nice
world.
and-
I could
and-
play
and-
around the
and-
world
and
by
some
myself.
slacks and-
I can go out and kick field goals by myself.
That's not.
You-
You
by
cannot
you
have
saying-
a full on game by
saying-
yourself.
By you saying the only
You
the only
cannot-
thing that makes it a sport is it being a game.
Golf is just a
That's
luxury.
all. That's all that makes it a
It's
sport.
not-
I'm asking a
It's
question.
not a luxury.
That's all that makes something a sport is there being a game.
no.
and
That's
being able
not
to play
all
with
what
other people.
makes stuff a sport.
Yeah, but professional golf, you play against the field. You're talking about as a hobbyist. Nobody cares about you going to the rec center and playing 21 with 10 different guys. If we're talking about a professional sport that you get paid to do,
It don't have
you
to
go
be
up against
professional.
you go up against the field.
People, there's professions in everything.
So,
all right,
but what makes
But
golf not? You're not
golf.
doing very good at your argument by saying it's a hobby.
it is.
It's not. So is
literally
football
is.
for some people.
No.
So is basketball.
No,
Pickup
it's not.
basketball is a hobby for some guys.
The greatest athlete of all time said football was a hobby to him.
Who's that?
Bo Jackson.
Oh well,
He called football a hobby.
it's Bo.
He
I
did.
mean,
Then-
a
then
hobby,
I guess-
a hobby where you can go
Then-
out and
then-
you can
then Bo
play.
should return his paychecks.
A hobby you can go out and play, and you can win up to $20 million. You can win $5 million purses.
Is there-
So what am I gonna say next? Tennis
I
ain't a
wouldn't call
sport.
Oh my god.
I don't want to call it not a
Tennis,
sport.
tennis ain't a sport. I mean, what? What's next?
It's okay. It's
not
it's
soccer.
a bottom tier activity.
but how?
I don't know what else you want me to
But
call
what?
it.
What? So I'm asking you a question. What constitutes a sport?
I don't know. I'm not with you on this one, Gary.
I would say some kind of athleticism.
Okay, so there's athleticism in golf.
Ain't no fucking athleticism.
I guarantee you right now, we can go to the
Ain't no
golf
fucking
course right now, and I
athleticism, dog.
guarantee
they
you
literally
cannot
give
hit
you
ball.
a cart to drive around.
That you now professional golf and
Ain't
any
no
other
fucking
ball.
competitive golf, you don't
It's
drive a
probably
cart.
the least amount of hand and eye coordination.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Are you kidding
the
me?
ball ain't fucking moving.
Yeah, the hardest
It's
thing
right there.
The hardest thing to do is to
It's
move
right
the
there.
ball. That's the
Yeah.
hardest thing
No,
to
it is
move the
not.
ball. All
No,
right,
it is not.
Gary,
the ball is right there.
all right.
It ain't going
Oh,
nowhere.
we got this on
you
wax.
can swing at it. You
We're
can take your
going-
time. You ain't on no clock.
You are on a clock.
just swing on it.
You are on a
No,
clock.
because it's a fucking hobby. You can
You
take
are
your
on a
time.
clock. You are on a. So you're talking about a sport you don't know nothing about. You are on a
Now,
clock.
if you
There's a
on
time
now,
frame.
if you on a
There's
PGA
time
tour,
frame. Oh,
then
if you're on a,
maybe.
it's,
But,
a,
I
so
mean,
it's a sport only if you're on the PGA Tour.
It's
All right, so there
it's
is
a fucking luxury.
there
if
is
you're on the PGA
athleticism
Tour.
involved in
Ain't
the
no
game of golf.
athleticism in golf.
How isn't it?
Ain't no
Hey,
So
athleticism.
what's
in
what's
golf.
so what's the,
Hey.
all right? Let me ask you a question. What's the athleticism in swinging a baseball bat then?
Whoa! Don't do
Are
that.
you serious right now?
I'm at.
Don't do
what's
that.
the difference
Are
between
you
swinging a
serious right
baseball
now?
bat and
Don't-
swinging a golf
Well,
club?
It's a lot harder.
Whoa! Now that don't
Swinging
make
the, swinging
Listen,
the bat
I
is
was
harder,
Dominique.
or hitting? No, no, no.
I was
I'm,
with you.
I'm just asking a question. Is
I was with
swinging
you.
the bat
Hitting-
harder, or is
hitting-
hitting the ball harder?
Are you talking about actually just the swinging part?
Swinging of the bat.
yeah, swinging.
That's an athletic motion, right? Swinging of the bat.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so swinging a
We're on the
golf
same
club
page.
is not an athletic motion.
We're talking about
No.
hitting the ball.
Oh, no. Answer the question. You
It's
keep
pitting your shoes
you
on.
keep talking
Is
about
pitting your shoes on
you
an
keep
athletic
ta-
motion.
You keep talking about athletics.
No, you're dumbing it down a little bit too much. You're
How
not
am I-
making any sense.
So swinging a baseball bat is not
swinging
athletic.
a golf club isn't playing golf. It's actually hitting the ball.
But
right?
swinging a golf club,
Right? Swinging a golf club is not playing golf.
Neither is swinging a baseball bat. You got to hit the ball.
Right.
You got to hit the
right.
ball.
Agreed.
Okay,
So
that-
in golf, you got to hit the ball, right?
100%.
A ball that's not fucking moving.
But what does that got
It's
to do
just
with
sitting
anything?
there. It
But
can be in
Gary,
flat ground, dirt,
I will
grass,
bet you
that's neatly
I
and
will-
tidy cut
I will,
with
that's not
scissors
true.
and shit.
That's also not true.
So
Listen,
That's also not.
listen.
I will give you
We-
$1,000, and I will give you a bucket of balls of 100, and I'm willing to bet you $1,000.
they literally set
I'm
up.
willing to bet
They literally
you.
got
Let me
golf course
finish.
set up like fucking
I'm
arcade
literally-
games.
I'm literally willing to bet you
And people do it all the
$1,000.
time.
You do not hit the green from 150 out. I will give you 100 tries.
Don't do
You
that.
do not shake on it.
I would
Shake
and I
on
would
it.
tell you this. I've never played
Shake on
golf.
it.
I
Okay,
play
then.
mini golf.
And you will
I've
see-
never played golf, and I
you will
guarantee
see-
you I'm launching that bitch 300 feet, just like on a
Wait,
just like on a
100
baseball field.
300
300 feet and 300 yards are not the same thing, just so you know.
I said 300 feet.
Wait,
Yeah, 300
you said
feet. We
I
measured.
thought you said 100.
We measured. I said 150 yards out. 150
Oh,
yards out.
150.
He's not hitting the green from 150 yards out.
Are you hitting the green 150 yards? Now?
Absolutely, I am.
Oh well, then I am too.
You're not.
I tell you that much.
You're not.
I am too.
That's not that. Are you gonna give him 100 tries?
A guy who's never played golf, he's not hitting the green from 150 yards. He's not launching the ball in the air.
It
and
just
sticking
sounds
the
like
green.
all power to
How
me.
many will you give me?
It's golf is not
It
nothing
just
to do with
sounds like
power.
all strength
How many
and
you gonna
power.
give me?
It's not.
How many you gonna give me? You see me play
But
golf.
you've played golf.
But you've seen me. How many tries you gonna give me? Though?
You played golf. I'll give you 10 tries.
That's fucked up.
Like
Now,
but-
if we go to the one place, what's that called?
no, what Top Golf?
Yeah, if we go to Top Golf,
I guarantee
do
you
they
struggle there
keep-
too.
They keep your distance there.
Yeah, they keep you distance.
Oh,
those
well,
balls are
Hitting a ball 150 yards and then hitting a ball precisely 150 yards are two different things.
All right,
Golf
Can
is-
we,
Yeah,
can we,
fuck
this,
about it.
we got on a tangent, okay?
I'm sorry, but golf is probably
Don't
top
you
five,
fucking
top,
say oh
top
my
5 hardest
God.
sports to play
What
of all
the
time.
fuck?
Top 5 hardest sports to play.
Why? Everybody plays the same fucking
Doesn't
position.
matter. But if you're talking about from a competitive standpoint, from a winning standpoint, to being good at the game, it is a top 5 hardest sport of all time.
you gotta be kidding. me.
Speaking
All right,
of,
I'm
speaking
looking.
of,
Is this the camera on me?
You gotta be kidding. me.
I'm gonna put this out there to anybody on the internet. Leave a comment. Is golf, if you've actually played golf and understand the game of golf, is it not a top 5 hardest sport of all time?
No,
I agree with him.
Bro, Gary, do you realize
It's,
that?
it's,
do
it's,
you
hard, it's harder than baseball.
I didn't say
I
it's harder
said
than
top
baseball. I
five.
said top
Okay,
five.
wait,
I
we're
said
going
top
through
5.
the list. We're going through. It's hard. Is it harder than baseball?
It's the actions of what you're doing.
Like
that's
Gary,
hard.
but
Is it?
So-
Stop.
don't-
He
but-
said
don't
top
compare-
but wait,
five.
before
No,
you
no,
go,
no, no.
before you
He
go,
said
no,
top
no, 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 no,
five.
no,
We're
no.
going through and
Okay, we
asking
can't.
sport.
Before we go,
Hold
but
on,
you don't.
stop,
No,
stop.
wait. You don't understand the game of golf. That's
No,
the thing.
stop,
You're
But
arguing against something you don't understand.
You guys do, right?
Listen,
Gary,
listen.
do you realize
So I'm
that?
asking you guys.
No, you
I'm,
guys-
I'm doing a
listen,
comparison
Gary,
from one
stop.
sport to the other.
Okay.
You're asking the wrong question. It's hitting a golf ball harder, like hitting a golf ball correctly and accurately, harder to do than now. Say it. Don't say the whole sport.
Okay. It's hitting a golf ball. I don't know what you want. It's hitting a golf ball
with precision.
With precision, harder
Like-
than hitting a baseball with precision. Is that what you want to do?
No,
Okay.
hitting a baseball is
All right.
harder.
Personally,
Okay.
for me, learning how to hit a baseball from a pitcher when I played Little League was easier than me going out on the course, teeing up a ball,
Okay.
and hitting a ball with
All right.
precision.
And nobody would
I
agree
will-
with you.
I guarantee people
Nobody
will
would
agree
agree with you.
Now, I'm not talking about
It's-
hitting a ball from Otani, but I'm saying to actually hit a golf ball correctly.
It don't matter.
It was way harder for me
It
to
don't
do
matter
that than it
because
was
the
to hit a
ball-
baseball.
the baseball is moving.
But the ball moving has nothing to do with it.
What?
Gary.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
What?
You've never played the sport. You're
No,
right.
but listen. You disagree with I agree that hitting a baseball is much harder, and I've done both of them, and I've been taught
Okay.
on both ends on how to do both of them.
Okay.
hitting a baseball consistently
Is hitting a golf ball harder than I don't really know how to ask. Harder than playing hockey or
Like
I guess
scoring a
hitting.
goal. I've never tried to score a goal in hockey. I'm never.
I
I
will
mean,
say that
most
I-
people can barely skate. So
I
But you're
skate.
talking about using a puck and hitting a puck. I will tell you right now, hitting a golf ball accurately and playing a round of golf and scoring, actually
Oh, my
scoring.
God. Now you're
scoring
throwing
in-
all these shits
I'm not.
in
I'm not
there.
throwing. But you,
I would say actually
but if you
recording
wanna-
a hit is harder
But if you
in
want,
baseball.
but if you want to understand the game,
I would say
we're
playing
talking about-
cornerback in
listen,
football
to
is
shoot-
harder.
To
Stop.
shoot
Stop.
par or better is one of the hardest things to do in the world. There's a reason why less than 1% of the population ever does it. It's one of the hardest things to do in the world.
Me and my wife went mini
I
golf.
don't care about mini golf. Shooting under par
I hit
is
under
one of the
par
hardest things
on
to
almost
do
every hole
in the
she
world.
can show you the scorecard. I was putting like a
I
mother.
guarantee you more guys have hit home runs than have hit hole in
No.
ones.
Oh,
That's
my
not the what you want to compare.
But I'm just saying.
Hitting above 300, which is 70%
failure. That's a 70% failure rate.
failure rate. Hitting over 300 is very
Hitting
rare.
over 300 will
Oh,
get you in
it's-
the Hall of Fame.
Hitting over 300 and
And I'm talking about just a season. Just a season.
and consistently shooting.
That's
there's
30%
more guys
shooting
hit
under
rate.
on the professional level, shooting under par is very realistic. I'm talking about.
No,
we're
that's
talking
what I'm talking about
and
on
I'm talking about
professional
as a sport in general. You keep calling it a hobby, but people can go out and play this hobby and not be good at it.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
That's
people
with
are
a
not
lot of
good
things.
at
Listen,
it.
I'm talking about. I'm
That's
talking
with a
about at
lot
the
of
professional
things,
level.
but
I'm
we're
just
just
like at a professional level. It is. It
I'm
is
not.
easier.
I'm not denying that.
No, it is easier to hit for under par in professional in the PGA than it is. There's more guys that do it than there is guys that hit,
Are we talking about
hit over 300.
Are we talking about in a tournament or in a career or in a game?
I'm talking about in a career or in a,
I'm talking about
in a tournament.
in a regular week on a weekly basis. How many guys hit over 300 in a baseball game?
in a baseball game.
In a baseball game, because if we're going to compare it,
game,
well, if we're going to compare it to
baseball
golf,
game,
that's
that's-
well. But I'm saying if
What's different
we're
is
talking
you
about a
compare it.
tournament. There's a field of maybe let's say 300 guys, and the cut line is 60. That means the cut line typically for most tournaments sometimes is above par because that's how hard it is to score on that course. So you've got 60 guys that shot above par potentially, and maybe 20% of the field shot under par to be in the top 10, top 15. But I will say, to go back to the topic of what's harder, I'm telling you, majority of sports out there outside of hitting a baseball, being good at the game of golf. We're talking, I could go out and be a better football player, a better basketball player, probably a better hockey player, probably a better soccer player than I could be ever a better golfer. It is one of the hardest sports to play. To be able to hit a ball with precision and say this ball is going to go
I agree with you.
160 yards. I'm
Only
gonna put a draw on it, and I'm gonna land it 6 feet from the pin and watch it roll back. That is one of the hardest things to do in the world. It's one of the
down
hardest
there-
things to do in the world.
I'm about to fall asleep over here.
But because you're listening to facts, you ain't got nothing else you can
You're
say.
crazy.
I've said all I can say.
But the
The
I
only
said
thing
it,
I would
so.
put over is
hitting a baseball.
Hitting a
No, that's not
95
it.
miles per hour baseball with movement
like,
from 60 feet 6 inches away, like that,
bro,
is
Gary,
extremely
you can
hard.
literally, Gary, you can literally,
We've gone
all right.
on a tangent. I
gonna say
rest
this.
my case.
You can rest your case, but you're wrong. I'm going to say this. At my current age, I have a better shot of scoring a touchdown in the NFL.
No.
I've got a better shot of
No.
scoring a bucket on LeBron. I've got a better shot of tackling Derrick Henry. And only thing I don't have a better shot on is getting a hit on Otani than actually going out and shooting under par.
No.
On a professional tournament, or even making the cut in a professional tournament. Gary, you could literally, I could start you at minus 30 and you wouldn't make the cut at the Masters. That's 30 under par, I guarantee you. And I could start you at 150 yards from every green. I could probably put you on every green. And at minus 30, you would miss the cut.
And here's
You would
the
miss the cut.
thing. We take. I think.
no
I think
sport.
as.
There's
I think.
no-
Listen. Stop.
There's no defense in this sport. There's just
Listen.
The elements are the
I
defense.
think.
Bullshit.
I think that we.
the elements are the defense.
I think that we, as grown men, Joes. Some people may call us former athletes. We take things for granted sometimes of how good we can possibly be, because you know what I think now. With that said, I think we go into the hypothetical.
Okay.
What's
What's
our-
the hypothetical?
What's up? Did we agree on the hypothetical?
Yes, what me and you talked about earlier. I
Okay.
think it's a great hypothetical.
Man, you see how much stuff I'm left out of.
Well,
man?
Gary, we're in a group chat.
God
Let me
damn.
just clear the air. We're in a group chat. Gary never fucking responds.
They got
and he's the
games
guy,
and shit.
He's the guy that works the least out of all of us.
No,
he works 2 days a week.
No. I work more than 2 days a week. Okay?
3 days a week. We'll give him
and
three.
when
Wow.
I do
Let's
work,
give him
I
three.
work all day.
Okay, but
All
when you're
right.
not working, you
There's no
choose to
fun
not
time.
respond.
When
We
I'm
literally-
not working, I got other shit to do.
we literally have to agree on a place to record at, and Gary's the only one that's not responding.
But he showed up on time, which is crazy.
He
After,
did.
after saying
you
he's
go.
going to be late.
Yeah.
It didn't make no
I
sense.
thought I was gonna be late, but guess what? It's Wednesday, so it was a half day.
Hey,
Yeah.
anyways.
Anyways, we're going to close out this podcast with a hypothetical. So for $1 million, I think that's just a good number to keep
I
it.
like
we
10
we
million.
pushed it to 10 last time, and let's just keep it at a. Let's
million
keep it at
don't
a
mean
million.
nothing no more.
To me, it does.
I mean, nothing.
It means a lot. It means a lot to me. Pay off my house. It buy me another car. I mean,
go.
it
How
do-
much
do a
is
lot.
around the clock paying you?
Yeah, good
Lord,
lord,
they don't do nothing for nobody.
man.
Oh man,
All right.
I just need to check the accounting. Let me give it the accountant after this.
let me get what he don't
So
want.
for $1 million, $1 million on the line, you've got 3 options. First option is to now. Do we want to do a series or a game? You put together 8 of your best friends to play a softball game against Oklahoma's women's team. Is it just a game or a series?
One game.
So one game.
gotta
$10 million,
beat 'em.
one game. You got to beat them.
Okay.
Second option, score on prime Serena Williams. Score. You ain't got to beat her. You just got to score.
Okay.
I would even say, can you return a serve in bounds?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then third is to survive a round with Amanda Nunez. I switched it up on you.
Okay.
It was really going to be a 3-point contest with Caitlin Wynn, but I'm not choosing that
Caitlin
because
Clark.
Okay.
I'm not going to beat her in a 3-point contest.
So okay,
She hitting from half court.
you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me restart
We can
this.
do all
Let me-
four of them.
Let me just
Go
put
ahead.
it back out there for the content, so
Go
it's
ahead.
all on one thing. You got 3 options for $1 million. You got to put together a team to beat the Oklahoma women's softball team. Team
Okay.
of your closest friends or just friends and colleagues. Number 2, you've got to be able to score on prime Serena Williams. And number 3, can you last an entire round in the octagon with Amanda Nunez without tapping out
Okay.
or being knocked out?
Okay. For how much money now?
$1 million.
Okay. If I had to choose, because I would say I would choose scoring on Serena Williams.
Wow.
Yes. As many of you guys might not know this, but I am fairly decent at pickleball,
That's
which
not-
is
not the
which
same
is
thing.
extremely relevant
No,
to
it's
tennis.
not. No, it's not.
Okay.
Bro, a pickleball
And
travels like 10
listen-
miles an hour.
listen
Serena
here.
Williams serves the ball like
Listen here.
105 miles an
Listen
hour.
here. Listen here.
I'm listening. I'm
I'm
listening
not
to
choosing
stupidity.
the Oklahoma softball team because my fate or my money rests in other people, and I can't have that. In an MMA match with Amanda Nunes, no, I'm not doing that either. The fate rests with me on that one, but I'm not doing that. I think I have a better chance of hitting the line, returning a serve,
No.
something,
No. Yeah,
scoring
you
the
gotta score.
point,
You
I'm
gotta
a-
score
yeah.
points.
scoring the point against Serena Williams.
Serena
all right.
Williams.
I know there's a guy who I might have a connection with. His name is Jack Sock. He is a professional tennis player, like Wimbledon, all that shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of him. He's from Kansas City.
Okay.
And I would, since you're so good at pickleball, because I would honestly say probably Serena Williams is probably better than him, but maybe not. I don't know. And we'll see if we can get connected and if you can score on him, and then we'll see how realistic your expectations are.
I would like that.
I'm gonna go if
ahead.
you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
And again, it's gonna sound outlandish, but I'm probably gonna pick the Oklahoma. I'm gonna put my money on trying to beat the Oklahoma women's team. I think that
Who's pitching this game?
not me.
That's the issue there.
I mean, as long as they don't hit home runs. I mean,
That's the.
I think they will.
yeah, that-
like their entire
Wait,
lineup.
this is a whole game.
Yeah, whole game.
You have
beat
to
them?
win the game.
you gotta win the game.
I'm out.
I think that if I can find me, I gotta know one guy. One of my buddies, he's the baseball coach and softball coach at Raytown High School. I know he's got a couple kids or somebody he knows that can pitch for me. I
And-
think,
and get
this
rocked.
ain't nothing against the Oklahoma women's softball team, nothing against or any women in general. I do think that I'm potentially more athletic in some ways to be able to keep up with some of the things that they're doing out there on that field. So I think I can run and ground some balls. I think I can. Now I haven't played softball in a very long time, so we'll have to say. I just think that's a
have
more.
you ever played softball like they play softball?
No, absolutely not. But I just know for a fact with the knowledge that I have on how fast Serena Williams serves the ball and her ball placement. This is another one of those things like golf. Her ball placement
my God.
on that court, I'm not returning that serve. There's the only way I'm returning that serve is if it hits me in the head and it happens to bounce back on her side inbounds because she turns around and thinks that I'm dead. And then Amanda Nunes, like, I'm sorry, you watch UFC? You know, okay. I hope everybody out there knows
yeah.
Amanda Nunes.
Yes.
Because I've gotten in several arguments
You're not
with
doing
men
it.
who think that they could have, like, when Ronda Rousey, I'm sorry,
No,
but
she would choke you out.
yes, like her ability to put her hands on me in a way that I would not be comfortable with, it's just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
only thing I
You
can
may,
do
you
is
may be bigger or stronger.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll
But
be
you
comfortable,
are
Amanda.
not a better wrestler.
Amanda, I'll be comfortable.
No, I would not be. Like, maybe now I think she's pregnant or something, but I might take my
mind.
chances then.
I'm gonna go. I think it's natural for me because first of all, I don't even know how y'all even didn't say this, but I don't hit women. So Amanda Nunes, I won't be doing that.
Oh my God.
And you don't have to hit
you
her.
guys
You have
are-
to survive an entire round.
I think-
Nobody
I think-
said
I think
anything
it's
about
wrong
hitting.
of you.
I
think
would.
it's
I wouldn't.
wrong of you.
And honestly, you wouldn't hit her if you tried. You think you landing a punch?
I don't hit women. That's the only reason
She
why.
don't bullshit.
That's the only reason why I will not pick Amanda.
She might be
Nunes,
bigger
okay?
than you too.
If,
I don't
if
know how
she was
tall-
sitting across
how
from
tall
you,
are you, Brandon? You're
if,
what?
If Amanda Nunes
6'5"
was
backwards.
if she was sitting across from you right now, she would say the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't hit women, so I can't.
So that one, that's the one reason. With Serena Williams, honestly, I don't really.
Amanda Nunes is 5'8".
She's 5'8".
Yeah,
She's
so her
like-
reach is already
She taller than you, bro.
She taller than you, bro.
I don't care. First of all, I'm quick.
Not quick enough.
You ain't quicker than her.
I'm quick.
You ain't quicker than her.
First
Hey,
of all-
this is the. Hey,
Listen,
wait. Go
Listen,
ahead,
why
go
are
ahead.
we? Can I pick mine?
But
Can I
wait,
pick mine anyways?
Before you continue, I'm a Kanye West. This is also the guy that picked Mike Tyson last week. So
Because what else are you gonna do? You gonna stop Randy Moss?
Brandon just getting his ass beat.
No, I didn't pick. I'm
Every
not picking her.
hypothetical, Brandon thinking he's just gonna whoop ass. But
No, I'm not picking her. I'm not picking her. Why? Because I don't hit women.
because you don't hit
I
women.
don't
yeah,
fight women.
okay.
You're
my
not picking
dad-
her because you get your ass beat.
Sorry, but my dad taught me better than that. I can't believe you were even considering it.
I wasn't considering because I get my ass beat.
I think our dad would be disappointed in you. I think our mom would be disappointed in you.
Yeah,
You are a disappointment.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I'm disappointed in you for not thinking
I'm
you
not.
could.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to
But
fight her.
it's not because you don't want to.
No,
It's because
no.
there's nothing you can do.
No money in the world is going to get me to fight her.
Okay, she's 8'5".
It's not
backwards.
happening.
So she's a lot bigger. She's a lot bigger than you.
So listen what I'm saying. We need to move the segment to the front. This is really catchy. Listen, so Serena, not gonna go there either, okay? Because she's Serena Williams, she's a legend, and I wouldn't want to embarrass her that way. Because if I was to get a score,
Oh my-
because
this
if I was to accidentally get
fucking
it,
guy.
first of all, I would
All right,
listen.
man.
I have
I'm
hand-eye
SpongeBob.
coordination.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
I have hand-eye coordination, right? I have hand-eye coordination. If I got lucky, you know what that would do to her legacy? Let's think about this real quick. You know what that would do to her legacy? I wouldn't want that.
You
I
want to talk about hitting
I
a
respect
100-mile-an-hour fastball with a baseball? It's probably got to be pretty hard to hit a 100-mile-an-hour tennis ball with a tennis
She
racket.
serves
too.
faster than that.
Probably. Let's see. Let me
I
Google
think
it.
her serve is faster than 100 miles an hour. It's
I
like,
would. I would guess probably around 115, 120.
yeah, it's fast. It's hella fast. I don't know how people return it. It's crazy.
It's fast, but for me, it's not too fast.
Well, the kid, he just got clocked in at
All right. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to change your mind after I just googled what I googled.
Well,
I say 120.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to change your mind. You're pretty confident you're gonna do
What?
this. All right. Oh no. Okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at kilometers for a second. It's 207 kilometers. I was like,
Oh, yeah, you
God
fucking
damn.
no, it's
Nah,
it's like
128 is her average. I
128.
believe.
Yeah.
Boom. I
She's,
was close.
and she's number 8. So
I was
there's
close.
Yeah,
somebody
she's not-
there's somebody faster than her.
Well,
If her-
Andy Roddick got the record, ain't it? For like, I want to say, man, am I crazy to say one? Like,
Venus is 129.
Oh,
Bro.
so it's just one. They're practically the same.
no, like look up Andy Roddick.
I want to hear what you got to say because you're beating around the bush a lot with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
the women's the women's, that's my best shot because I do have a lot of former baseball player friends.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of us in our 30s we're gonna beat them.
Yeah, because these aren't former softball players.
Yeah, these are current. I think the one
So-
thing working against you is even if we put together a star-studded team that can hit dingers, they also hit dingers. So it's
No,
really a
that's-
matter of who's going to score the least.
I don't even know if we would score because it's a different ball. Like seeing the ball traveling up and down is two different things. Like it's crazy the,
So
amount-
also,
the
I would-
difference that it makes.
Now you guys
I
can
completely
correct me
agree.
if I'm wrong. And Brandon's going with the Oklahoma women's team. Makes sense. That's a fair bet. That's what I'm going with too. But it was explained to me that, and this is in comparison. So a woman who throws a softball at, let's say, 70 miles per hour is equivalent to throwing a baseball like 115 or something like that. I was
it's
told.
like 99, 100, something like,
Like,
that.
so-
yeah.
And like what do women usually throw?
You talking about equivalent wise or like what they throw like when they're
Like speed wise in softball.
I don't
in
know.
the 70s.
I think it's in the 70s, like or upper 70s, 78 and 80.
Man.
But it's coming from a much shorter distance than
Yes.
60,
Yeah.
6 inches. So
It's good. Life comes at you fast.
Yeah,
and you would
it's-
think because it's bigger you can hit it.
no.
That's not
Bro,
always-
like that's why baseball players struggle so much because our balls are coming from here and they're
Hey, you can-
every pitch, curveball, slider, everything is traveling down. With the girls, they got those riser pitches that just
Yeah.
come up at you. You don't.
I believe
it's-
it was the All-Star game where Albert Pujols was getting K'd by. You could probably pull that up. Albert Pujols was getting K'd by a softball player. I think it was
Was it
one of the
Jenny Finch?
All-Star. I don't remember, but he couldn't touch it. He couldn't touch it.
Maybe I don't know.
So if y'all think y'all can fuck with the softball
And here's
team,
the thing. Here's the thing. Like sports. Y'all remember the Sports Science show?
It was Jenny Finch.
Yeah,
That was
Sports
a great
Science
show, by the way.
All right, so Sports Science, they did a thing. It was years ago. They had a AAA pitcher, or like AA or AAA pitcher, go up against a AA, AAA hitter, and then they had Jenny Finch go up against that same AA, AAA guy, and they said, "Well, there it is. That was Sports Science softball." I was like, "Okay, well." Let's go Roger Clemens, because at that time he was still. I was like, why don't we do Roger Clemens versus the best softball hitter in the world and see
Yeah.
what? Like
You
it's
gotta
just
make it
like
fair.
to me
Yeah.
that it wasn't a fair comparison or argument. Like I mean, it made no sense to me. That's what they did to say softball is harder to hit than baseball.
I mean, I don't. They're two different sports. I think if you spend enough time, if you were a baseball player, and you give a guy ample time to progressively get better at softball, he's going to be hitting fucking bombs just like he hits bombs in the big leagues. On
it'll be
one
scary.
final note, this is kind of the end. I wish I would have said this earlier, but because we're talking about women in sports, I just want to give a shout out to the women in sports, man. They're finally getting the recognition they deserve.
Yeah.
Kansas City's helped put them on the map with the only women's. That's the only one in the nation, right? The
One
only
soccer stadium.
only women's soccer stadium in the nation specifically for women.
Yeah.
I'm loving. As a guy who's got, we all got daughters, so I mean, I love to see where
I got nothing but daughters.
Women's sport. That same here. Women's sports
Yeah.
are evolving to where they're getting the respect. Like I read that at one point. There were two things I saw. That one of the WNBA players had like shoes stolen out of the locker room, and then also they don't have their own locker rooms.
Yeah.
Like when they go to games, they don't have
Yeah.
locker rooms. Like what? Like where do they go at halftime? Like the fucking lobby? Like
Man.
so I love seeing the growth. I love that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese really put women's basketball on the map as much as some guys in our group chat want to talk shit. That shit was on the front page of ESPN.
Yeah.
Like trumping honestly the men's tournament, which wasn't as exciting if we want to be honest.
No.
Like I mean the women's tournament was way more exciting this year. You got coaches finally getting paid. The only thing I worry about is WNBA. I don't think they're ever really going to get their due justice just because it's a revenue driving thing. So it's really hard to say we need money when we're losing money. I understand that side of it,
But you gotta have some. You gotta have some shit talkers and then you also gotta have some allies. You gotta have some.
well, yeah,
They're
like-
gonna need-
well,
they're
they
gonna need
lost
some drama.
Honestly, man, I think losing Kobe was the biggest
Yeah, Kobe,
detriment to
Kobe
the
was a
WNBA.
driving factor for
Like
women's
he was about to get
basketball.
that going, and his daughter was going to be the future probably the way that she was playing. But yeah, I mean, I think that women's sports are they're on the rise. Hopefully they
Oh, yeah.
get the money they deserve. Shout out to the women out there.
Yeah.